Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Another video with Mr. Wael Abdurrahman. Kindly, before we start, like, subscribe, share, comment, and turn on notifications. Let's start. Okay, so today we have March 2022 Literacy Test 1. Okay, question number 1. So as you can see, question number 1 من البصة الأولى كده, this is vocabulary. ما فيش question في paragraph 1, so I don't think إن إحنا we have to read paragraph 1. Just read the title. The modern bicycle and its accessories. Okay, let's read. So a bicycle, okay, a bicycle can no more be, okay, accepted to run or expected to run or accepted to run, sorry, or expected to run or accepted to run. So let's plug it in. Type, a bicycle can no more be accepted to run smoothly without proper adjustment of its parts and their maintenance in perfect running condition than can any other piece of machinery. طيب يعني عايز يقول ايه؟ bicycle can no more be accepted to run. بنوافق عليها ان هي تمشي ولا نقول ايه؟ نقولها ازاي؟ How do we say it؟ بنقولها ازاي؟ طبعا دي that's not English. يبقى a bicycle can no more مش متوقع ان هي تمشي, can no more be expected to run smoothly without a proper adjustment, من غير لما نعدلها ونتأكد ان هي فيها maintenance وبنصونها. So expected to run. That's definitely easy. طيب in number 2 بيقول ايه؟ So a bicycle can no more be expected to run smoothly without a proper adjustment of, بنعمل adjustment, بنعدل, بنعمل maintenance لإيه؟ Its parts. يبقى هنا بيتكلم على, لاحظوا كده, look vertically, يقول هنا its, where, it is, أو it has, there, its, they are, there. يبقى this is إيه? This is pronoun agreement. طب هو بيتكلم على إيه؟ He's talking about the bicycle. So we need the bicycle. طبعا ما فيش حاجة اسمها it is parts في B, so B is eliminated. Okay, في C قال لك there, طب there اللي في C, this is a location. Go there. So it is not C. طيب في D قال ايه? Its parts and they are maintenance. في حاجة اسمها they are maintenance ولا their maintenance, صيانتها أو صيانتهم. So it is not D. So definitely it's A. It's اللي هي refers to the bicycle and their maintenance in perfect running condition. حلو جدا. Okay. نيجي number 3. Okay, number 3 بيقول ايه? The author wants to express worthiness. Which choice best accomplishes this goal. احنا سمينا ال question دي, سمينا ايه؟ فاكرين? Do you remember what is this kind of question? This is a goal question. Okay, he is setting a goal. طب ايه الجول؟ بيقول لك لو سمحت انا عايز حاجة to express الworthiness. يعني ايه worthiness؟ يعني the quality of deserving a attention or respect. حاجة تاخد ال admiration بتاعك, تاخد ال respect بتاعك, ال attention بتاعك. Something worthy. So تعالى كده نشوف بيقول ايه. Okay. And while the chain and chainless production of 1898 are disliked for their simple mechanism, okay, such point as the bearings and running gear require a periodical inspection and attention to ensure satisfactory service. كل ده مش مهم. يقول لك ايه؟ while the chain and chainless production of 1980 are ايه؟ هو عايز يقول ايه؟ ان هي ايه؟ ان اللي حصل في 1998 something لازم ايه؟ نقول ايه؟ disliked, something disliked, ده كده worthiness؟ اكيد لا. That's not worthiness. طيب admired, yes. It could be something is admired, so that's something that it deserves attention and respect. Something good. Okay, طب judged? No. Famous? هو مش عايز حاجة famous. So it's definitely admired. Okay. طيب. In number 4. عندنا ايه في number 4? Let's read it. They, him, his, its. Pronoun agreement. طب بيقول ايه? This cannot be adequately given by a rider who has no conception as to the details of the construction of its machine. هو بيتكلم هنا ايه؟ على الرايدر. Its machine. الماشين بتاعت its دي something that ايه؟ يعني not living, singular. I have a car, its color. طيب they machine? No, مش حاجة اسمها they. Him machine? في حاجة اسمها him machine. So definitely ايه؟ His machine. الرايدر، بتكلم على الرايدر على اساس ان this rider is a man. Okay, next number 5. Okay, in question number 5 ملاحظين ايه؟ look vertically يعني so this is a result yet that's a contrast but contrast for معناها because. طب that's a transition محتاج ايه؟ we have to read before and we have to read after. طب can we eliminate two? Yes, اليت والبut they are the same. طيب so result اللي حصل ولا because؟ so we have to read. يقول ايه؟ this cannot be adequately given by a rider who has no conception as to the details of construction of his machine. يعني الرايدر اللي مش عارف الماشين بتاعته كويس. And so it is frequently happens that a bicycle sinks into early grave because its rider persists in calling upon it for continued service. يبقى نتيجة ان هو مش بيجيب conception للبايسكل بتاعته so as a result ان البايسكل sinks into an early grave. اوكي يبقى هنا البايسكل ايه؟ البايسكل باظت. اوكي نتيجة ان هي he has no conception of the details of its construction. يبقى the answer is so. Okay, next number 6. Okay, so number 6, which word best describe the phrase know thy wheel? Thy means your wheel. اعرف الويل بتاعتك، اعرف البايسكل بتاعتك، افهمها كويس. طيب which word best describes type؟ بيقول ايه؟ quote, description, maxim. طب ايه الفرق؟ so it is not اكيد مش description. كتير مننا he will say that is a quote. Actually احنا we put a quotation marks in two ways. To highlight, just to highlight that part is important, so you just اكنك عليت صوتك كده know thy wheel, so that part is important, just put quotation. طب نمرة تانية أو اليوز التاني the other one for direct speech when someone says something. So Mr. وائل said comma I love you, I like you. نقفل الquotation marks بس. طب هنا حد قال حاجة did anyone say anything؟ حد قال حاجة know thy wheel, so it is not a quote. الquote لازم يبقى someone said that quote. طب الماكسم that's a proverb. ايه proverb. ايه تاني غير proverb ممكن اقول عليه saying, motto, wise saying. كل دي معنى كلمة maxim. اوكي طيب يبقى اللي اتقال هنا is that a quote؟ no, because we don't know who said that. مش كتب اللي اتقال ولكن ده ايه؟ ده proverb. know thy wheel. اوكي that is زي ما اقول لك ايه؟ a man is known by the company he keeps. That's a maxim. That's a maxim. So it is a maxim. It is not a quote. الناس اللي بتقول quote it is not a quote. quote لازم يبقى someone said that quote. said وائل مثلا. said فلان. Okay, number 7. Okay, so for question 7 the author is considering removing the quotation marks in the underlined portion. عايز يشيل quotation marks دي. فاكرين احنا قلنا quotation marks بتعمل ايه؟ 1 to emphasize, highlight, 2 direct speech. طب هنا بيقول ايه؟ It is partly with a view to bringing about a better acquaintance between the average rider and his wheel that the following pages are presented. طب هنا highlight البارت ده. طب do we need this highlight؟ تعال نشوف كده الإجابة بتاعته بيقول لك إيه؟ Yes يعني remove it. The quotation represents the author's inner thoughts. طب لو inner thoughts why do we remove it؟ Okay, so it's a no. Yes, the quotation marks extend unnecessary emphasis. طب ده الquotation اللي بيعمل they emphasize. طب do we need this emphasis؟ هو بيقول لك لا احنا مش محتاجينها so we can put a question mark. No, don't remove it. بص بيقول لك ايه بقى؟ يعني الانسرز اجاباته يعني فيها الانسر نفسه. No, the quotation marks serve to break from the flow of the passage to introduce new ideas. First, he didn't introduce new ideas. ما جابش new ideas, the same ideas. Number 2 هو بيقول لك ما تشيلهاش لو سمحت لان هي بتبريك الفلو. ما تشيلها. طب لو بتبريك الفلو يبقى انا I have to remove it يعني it's illogical. يعني الإجابة نفسها illogical. No, the quotation marks symbolize a word for word. كلمة word for word account يعني exact account. بقول لك word for word كلام exactly, literally, to support the author's argument. So definitely it's not. So here ال quotation we don't need this emphasis. بس هي emphasis. Yes. This is what the quotation marks do. We don't need this emphasis. Okay. Next, number 8. Okay, So what should be done with the dashes؟ فاكرين the dashes بتعمل ايه؟ non-essential. That's a non-essential. طيب هنقول برضو هنا the same technique. هو اجاباته مجاوبه نفسها. بيقول ايه؟ To the bicycle manufacturer and to the repairman and dealer. بعدين عمل non-essential. مين الديلر ده؟ Who are frequently called upon for advice and service concerning any and all makes of wheels. تمام. بعدين قال لي كمان to the students of cycle construction and to the mechanical expert. The volume مالها بقى الفوليوم اللي هو البوك بتاعه ده will scarcely fail to be regarded as a valuable reference book for many years to come. بص كده الانسر بتاعته حتى لو انت مش فاهم الانسرز بتاعته موضحه نفسها. قال لك keep them. ماشي اوكي keep them. ليه؟ The information within the dashes is non-restrictive. طب ما this is what the dashes do. ده اللي الداشز بتعمله. يعني ايه non-restrictive؟ يعني not important, non-essential. هي دي كلمته non-essential. بيحب يكتبها non-restrictive, not important, non-essential. This is what the dash actually. دي وظيفة الداش. Question mark. Keep them. The dashes offer a change in tone. مفيش حاجة اسمها الكلام ده. Okay. Delete them. The information within the dashes is necessary. أكيد dashes مش هحط جواه حاجة necessary. That's طبعا الكلام ده مش صح خالص. Delete them. Dashes can only تاني بيستخدم كلمة only be placed at the end of the sentence. مفيش الكلام ده. Not the middle. Dashes can be anywhere. At the middle, at the end. حط في الآخر خالص ب1 dash. حط اللي أنت عايزه. So مفيش الكلام ده. So definitely من غير ما أفهم الباراجراف it's A. Non-restrictive. This is what the dashes are used for. Okay. Number 9. Okay, زي ما اتعلمنا in number 9 sorry, let's look vertically. A مفيش حاجة. B هنا semicolon. في C another semicolon. In D we have commas. So that's punctuation. Take care of the run-on sentence. Take care of the non-essential. So let's read A. The idea of presenting to riders through the columns of the commercial advertisers an illustrated description of the lines, parts, improvement of the bicycle for 1998 was conceived chiefly because of the absence during the winter of 1997 of the National Cycle Show. حلو قوي sentence بتقول ايه؟ The idea, this is the subject في الverb بتاع idea. The idea of preposition phrases بقى. The idea was conceived. So this is the verb. Okay. طب هنحط عليه question mark لسه مش عارف عايز ايه. Okay. B. بيقول لي the idea of presenting to riders وحط semicolon. Is that a complete sentence؟ احنا semicolon to complete ideas, listing. طب is that a list؟ Is that a complete idea؟ No. طيب في C نفس الموضوع. طيب D حط two commas. يعني ايه؟ يعني this is a non-essential. طب تعالى كده نشيل ده non-essential وريد the sentence. جرب. The idea of presenting to riders an the idea of presenting to riders على طول ادخل على an وشيل كل ده. So the idea of presenting to riders an illustrated description of the lines, parts, blah 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 blah. Yes. بقول لك I'm presenting to you Mr. عاطف. I'm presenting to you an important idea. So presenting to you ايه بقى؟ an illustrated description. أنا هقدم لكم illustrated description. وصف توضيحي. Illustrated description. So it is a non-essential. So the answer is D. Okay, number 10. Okay, for number 10. The authors would like to insert this sentence to provide further support to their argument. Okay, بيقول ايه؟ طب احنا عايزين نحط السنتنس دي. طب فاكرين احنا what's the technique؟ Look for a clue. Look for a word. أو just look to the chronological order. أو من هي is it a general sentence? We can put it at the beginning. Riders were to have none of these advantages. شايفين these advantages؟ أنا عمري ما هقول these advantages غير لما أكون I already اتكلمت على advantages. So riders were to have these advantages for the season of 1998. However, and the commercial advertiser accordingly began to work of collecting and presenting the information which appeared in its columns in serial form during February, March, and April. And which is now presented in this volume. أنا عندي هنا دي that's a clue. حلو قوي. طيب تعالى نجرب كده. يعني number 1 before sentence 1. يعني إيه before sentence 1؟ يعني هحطها هنا. يعني في الباراجراف اللي قبليه he was talking كان بيتكلم على advantages. طب أنا فاكر إنه آخر حاجة اتكلم عليها على الفوليوم البوك. بيقول لك إن this book is valuable. ما كانش فيه nothing about any advantage. So it is not before A. طيب after 1 تعالى نجرب كده نحطها بعد 1. بيقول لي the idea of presenting to riders, okay, cancel a non-essential. The idea of presenting to riders an illustrated description of the lines, parts, improvement of the bicycle was conceived chiefly because of the absence during the winter of 1997-1998 of the National Cycle Show. ان هم عملوا illustrated description للبارتس بتاعت البايسكل. دي كانت حاجه جامده جدا was conceived، كانوا شايفينها حاجه كويسه جدا. اوكي طيب نجرب كده نقرا على طول وراها بقى. just prior to the opening. طب ما هو كان بيتكلم على الشو اللي قبلها اللي هو الشو ده، يبقى ال opening of the show، يبقى 1 و 2 are related together، مش هقدر اقطعهم مع بعض. So just prior to the opening of the preceding season, tens of thousands of riders throughout the country were able to see at the annual shows. شافوهم بقى بدأوا يظهروا and at those held under the auspices of the various طبعا يعني زي protection أو of various local cycle trade organization. بدأوا يعملوا support ليهم بتوع organizations بتوع البايسكلز. all that the maker had to offer in changes and improvement for the new year. اوكي بدأوا يتعرفوا على بعض، بدأت في opportunity. عشان كده بدأ في 3 بيقول لك ايه this opportunity ان هم الانيوال شوز دي was also furthered. يبقى الاوبورتيونيتي زادت بايه؟ the columns of the descriptive matter published by the daily press and cycle trade journals in the reports of these shows and their exhibits. يبقى كان في opportunity، بدأوا يتقابلوا مع بعض، الميكرز بدأوا يتقابلوا مع بعض وبدأوا يكتبوا عنهم في الجورنالز. اوكي so riders were to have none of these advantages. اللي اتقالت فين؟ اتقالت في 2، اللي اتقالت في 3، هي دي الادفانتجز بتاعتهم. اوكي riders were to have none of these advantages for the season of 1898. ف definitely كده ان هي ايه after sentence 3. اوكي question number 11. اوكي I think ان احنا 11 حليناها while we read. فاكرين هنا هو بيقول ايه add or delete تاني the author considering deleting down the line sentence. yes kept deleted. طب can we delete it؟ طب احنا واحنا بنقرا while reading هو كان بيكلمني على الشو بتاع 1997 قال لك just prior to the opening of that show they are connected together. السنتنس دي بتسبورت السنتنس اللي قبلها which means definitely in the answer A kept the sentence provide detailed support أو details about the previous sentence. It's A. اوكي طب B kept the sentence provide a contradiction. طب يعني contradiction وهكيب it ازاي برضه؟ يعني اجابات illogical. اوكي بس تمام. C and D eliminated. اوكي next. طيب in question 12 برضه look vertically هنلاقي هنا ايه comma who full stop who and who. طيب يبقى ده ايه punctuation على طول. قلت لي مستر طب who which و that، طب كان قال who which و that. لا that is punctuation. يعني ايه punctuation؟ look for the run on sentence, don't put two complete ideas together without the correct punctuation, full stop comma fanboys او semicolon. طيب او اذا كان في non essentials. so let's read the first sentence. بيقول ايه في الفيرست sentence؟ فكر كده، فكر بالطريقه دي. few insects in our climes يعني climate compete, this is the verb, in popular fame with the glowworm. بعدين بيعرفنا مين هي الglowworm، بيعمل عليها non-essential، بيعمل عليها حاجه اسمها a positive extra information. that curious little animal which which وراها comma يبقى ده non-essential. شيل كل ده. which kindles يعني light بتنور a beacon at its tail end. tail end بتاعها بينور. طب complete sentence yes it's a full idea لغايه tail end. subject فين؟ few insects. الverb compete. طب شوف who does not know. طيب مثلا طب who دي اللي هي who the man who plays؟ لا ده في question mark هنا، خليك ذكي. who does not know it at least by name so this is a question. طب يعني دي complete sentence yes it's a complete idea. even questions بيعملوا complete idea. يعني ايه run on؟ that's a run on. الناس بقى عرفت يعني ايه run on. طب C برضه run on. طب D انا مش محتاج comma and is that يعني we don't need this comma and who so we don't need this comma and. these are two different ideas. مش محتاج ان انا احط comma and مش بيضيف so we need the full stop so it's B. Okay for questions 13 which sentence is best suitable as أو for the introductory sentence. طب احنا قلنا نبص vertically، بص بعينك كده number A in fact. In fact ده ما تفكركش ان this is a transitional word، يعني دي كده in fact this is a transition. يعني ايه transitional word؟ يعني انت جاي من فكرة من السنتنس اللي قبلها in fact و however و nevertheless و thus. طب يعني ايه؟ يعني انت just read one sentence before او two sentences before، شوف كان بيقول ايه قبلها. انت previous paragraph كان بيقول هنا ايه؟ من البداية كده science employs the same term. It calls the lantern bearer lamprey whatever. بيتكلم على insect اسمها lamprey، insect اسمها lamprey. In this case the common name is inferior to the scientific phrase which بعدين في non-essential just delete it. which ايه becomes على طول both expressive and accurate. تكلمني عن name بتاع اسمها ايه lamprey. طيب جاء في الباراجراف look at the beginning. The lamprey is not a worm at all, not even in general appearance. lamprey دي اصلا مش worm. طب in fact نجرب. We might easily cavil like object as the word worm. يعني one sentence is enough لأن بقية الباراجراف description ليها. يعني it's a waste of time إن احنا we read it. So in fact we might cavil object. احنا ممكن نعترض أصلا على كلمة worm. طب بص بعدها ليه. The lamprey is not a worm at all. I mean yes, it's a yes. طب B, the Greeks have coined like make أو made. احنا دايما على الwords we coin words. So the Greeks have coined the word lamprey. Nothing about the Greek. The lamprey can easily be mistaken for a worm. Although the lamprey has gained its fame among other beetles, its beetle nature مش بيتكلم عن nature is questioned like doubted. When you question something you doubt it. انت مش بتسأله. You doubt something. So it's not C, it's not. So it's A. Okay, question 14. Which choice best matches the quality the author mentioned? Again we have a target. ايه التارجت؟ ايه الكواليتي اللي الاوثر قال عليها؟ اوكي؟ طيب نشوف. اوكي. نقرا من اول ده. The female is ill-favored. She's ill-favored. ماشي؟ يعني unattractive. الفيميل lamprey. طيب. I'm sorry, number 14, sorry. He has 6 short legs which he well knows how to use. عنده legs. How to use. دي أول quality. He is a gadabout ولا attention seeker, wanderer, lazy creature, docile insect. طب يعني ايه gadabout؟ What's the meaning of gadabout؟ يعني constantly moving على طول، حاجة بتتحرك على طول. Okay, that's gadabout. طيب wanderer moving، حاجة that wanders، حاجة بتتحرك على طول that moves. You wander, just walking without aim. Lazy creature، حاجة doesn't move. طيب docile like gentle. طب هو قال عليها ايه بقى؟ هو قال عليها ان هي gadabout وتروت اباوت، هم دول الكواليتيز. يعني ايه جاد اباوت وتروت اباوت؟ يعني كثيره الحركه. they move a lot. مين في دول بيقول ان هي موفر؟ attention seeker؟ ها؟ is it an attention seeker؟ اللي هي wanderer ولا lazy ولا docile gentle؟ طبعا هي wanderer like اللي بالاي بتموف a lot. traveler. so it is A. B sorry. okay 15. Okay, for question 18, the author is considering deleting, so add and delete. The underlined sentence, should the sentence be kept or deleted? So kept, deleted, let's read. It is essential the glowworm administers this. in order to ensure its prey is unable to move. بيقول لك مهم جدا انها تعمل ده. طب what is this؟ يعني شغل نفس دماغك شويه. Go back شوف ايه وبتكلم على ايه. Let's read the previous sentence. مهمة مهمة. طيب. Before he begins to feast, the glowworm administers an aesthetic. يعني ايه aesthetic؟ يعني that's like a chemical. بيستخدمها ليه؟ عشان ما البراي بتاعه يعني ما يحسش بالبين. The chloroforms his victim, rivaling the process, the wonders of our modern surgery, which renders the patient insensible before operating on him. يعني بمنتهى البساطه بيقول لك ايه؟ بيقول لك ان يعني هو بيديها الكيميكال دي عشان تبقى insensible، يعني doesn't feel the pain, just like احنا بنيجي نعمل عمليه السيرجن بيعمل برضه كده اللي هو الدكتور او السيرجن. طيب هو قال ايه هنا؟ It is essential the glowworm administered this in order to ensure its prey is unable to move. مش unable to move ولا هناك اللي هي insensible. طب مش حاسين ده this is repetition؟ يعني مهم. هو قال هناك في النكست في last sentence. طب نشوف الانسرز. kept. The sentence elaborates on elaborate يعني بيكمل. The concept of rendering the glowworm's victim insensible. No, he didn't elaborate. He actually repeat what he said. هو عاد تاني اللي قاله بس شرحها يعني. So okay. So kept the sentence state the importance of rendering. No, nothing was mentioned here except إن هو مفيش important اتقالت. Okay. Delete its redundancy. Yes, it's redundant. Redundant يعني repeated. قال كلام مكرر. Delete its unrelated. No, it's related. So it's sorry, it's not D. So it's C. Okay. Question 19. Okay. So in number 19, to make this paragraph most logical, sentence 3 should be. Okay. Sentence 3 should be. Sentence placement. زي ما قلنا هنعمل ايه؟ Look for a clue. دور على الكلو. طب where is sentence 3? يقول ايه؟ It is in some such resting place as this that I have often been privileged to light upon the lamprey banqueting and eating on the prey which is just paralyzed. Okay, on its shaky support by this surgical movement. طب فين الكلو هنا؟ خليك ذكي كده، فين الكلو؟ بيقول لك ايه؟ Such resting place as this. It is in some such resting place as this. يعني في المكان ده that I have often been privileged. ده اللي أنا شفت في المكان ده. أنا شفت اللامبرس. المكان ده يبقى في place اتقالت فين؟ بص بعينيك بسرعة كده. I'm not gonna read it. بسرعة عينيك كده. اتقالت فين البليسز؟ في 1 في 2 في 3 اتقالت فين؟ بص كده في 4 قال ايه؟ The usual game قلنا game اللي هو الانيمال اللي بنصطاده أو اللي بيتاكل prey. The usual game is a small snail hardly the size of a cherry. Okay? Such as blah 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 blah. Who in the hot weather بيعمل ايه بقى؟ Collects كل ده essential. Collects in clusters بيتجمع. فين؟ On stiff stubble بتاع الستبل على plants and other long dry stalks بيتجمع على plants by the roadside and there remains motionless. بيجي على roadside and remains motionless. مش دي places؟ This is the place. It is in some such resting place as this. في المكان ده بقى في الروad side اللي أنا إيه؟ I had the privilege إن أنا to see أو to light upon the lampress. So technique سهلة قوي. Just use it. These are not يعني ناس شايفة إنها ده question صعبة. No, it is not. It's بس دور على الكلو بتاعك إن شاء الله تجيبه. Okay, so 19. Okay, question 20. The author wants to express the glowworm's trickery. goal question. ايه الجو؟ انا عايز اقول ان ده trickery وخادع. vocabulary. vocab على طول. طب بيقول هنا ايه في 20؟ من اول ما قال such in this it is in some such resting place as this that I have often privileged to light upon the lamprey banqueting on the prey which he had just paralyzed on its shaky support by his ايه بقى surgical movement. كلمة movement فيها tricky movement عادي we all move. games artifice يعني artifice tricks routine daily routines. يبقى مين اللي بتقول فيها ان هي tricky؟ artifice. طب انا يا مستر ما اعرفش يعني ايه artifice. eliminate just eliminate. بص على elimination. انت تعرف movement تعرف game تعرف routine. movement ما فيهاش tricks. games that's not tricks. routine everyday routine. امال ايه اللي انت مش عارفها؟ do it like that. elimination. elimination يا ولاد. okay question 21. اوكي question 21 قلت برضو let's look vertically. ها عندي هنا ايه؟ في comma comma semicolon full stop punctuation. بص على punctuation كده. تعال نحل. He frequents يعني بيتردد the edges of the irrigating ditches comma with their cool soil, their varied vegetation. A favorite haunt, you know haunt is a place. يعني elaborate a varied vegetation. المكان اللي بيروحوا ده ده a positive a favorite place for the mollusk. mollusk ده animal. طيب ممكن. طيب B. He frequents the edges of the irrigating ditches with their cool soil semicolon their varied vegetation. A favorite haunt. طيب هنا أنا محتاج هنا and a favorite haunt this is an a positive. ده a positive يعني تديني إيه؟ extra information أو تديني معلومات عن المكان اللي اتقال قبله. So we don't need this semicolon. طيب C. حاطط إيه؟ the same. في هنا هتلاقي برضو semicolon. We don't need this semicolon. sorry dash. طيب دي انت هنا حاطط full stop قبل with. طب دي complete sentence يعني هل دي كده complete sentence؟ اقرا كده. في عندك subject أو verb؟ أكيد لا. يبقى the correct answer is definitely A. Okay. Okay. 22. Okay, question 22. Which choice best concludes the paragraph and matches the author's writing style? طب احنا فاكرين الباراجراف ده؟ آخر حاجة قالها إيه؟ لما قال إن هو he frequents on the edges of the irrigating ditches. بيروح ال irrigating ditches اللي فيها cool soil اللي فيها varied vegetation اللي هو الأماكن دي بقى اللي هي favorite haunt. ده مكانهم المفضل. ده ال favorite place for the mollusk. طيب مين في دول بيelaborate بقى بيكمل على نفس الفكرة. Here he treats the game on the ground. I think in on the ground اتقال قبل كده this idea. Under these conditions it is easy for me to يعني grow up at home and to follow the operator's performance down to the smallest detail. طب these details اللي هي any details any conditions اللي هي ال cool soil ال varied vegetation أنا ممكن أربيه في البيت. It could be. طيب although he is referred as a worm he's everything but that يعني that was mentioned before وكده cutting للفلو. His capture suggests his relatives ما جابش سيرة relatives are great hunters as well. So definitely E. It's 22 هتبقى B. Okay. 23. نبص كده على 23 بيقول هنا برضو نفس الفكرة. We have a full stop comma. نبص على مين؟ على الايه؟ run-on sentence with a non-essential. Okay, so again vertically comma nothing dash full stop يبقى ايه على طول؟ على complete ideas. طيب aviation engines design construction operation and repair by blah blah blah. aviation engine محركات الطيارات installing rotary and radial cylinder engines. When rotary engines are installed simple steel stamping or spiders are attached to the fuselage. fuselage اللي هو البادي بتاع البلين اسمه fuselage. To hold the fixed crankshaft the mechanical part. هل دي complete sentence؟ Yes. فين السبجكت والverb؟ When rotary engines are installed اللي بيحصل simple steel stamping or spiders are attached يبقى ده السبجكت والverb بتوعي. So that's a complete idea. طيب in as much طبعا هي مكتوبة غلط. هي اسمها in as much. هما 3 words جنب بعض ومعناها since يعني since because as the motor projects clear of the fuselage proper there is plenty of room back of the front spider. طب complete idea? Yes, it's a complete idea. There is plenty of room. Complete idea. يعني ايه؟ يعني we need a full stop. يعني B run on. C run on. D comma run on sentence. So again هو بيكرر الفكرة كتير جدا فكرة run on sentence. Okay, which is good يعني. Okay. 24. Okay. في 24 بيقول لك the writer would like to insert this sentence to provide a visual support of the explanation of figure 1. هقول لكم انا حليتها ازاي. right يعني خليك ذكي شويه. كلام كبير قوي كتير قوي. فبيقول لك the diagram given at figure 1 يعني انا قريت دي بس I only read this. وبعدين لمحت هنا بعيني انه بيقول هنا ايه figure 2. فاكيد هيحط figure 1 before figure 2 definitely على طول. يعني ايه؟ يعني ده 3 يبقى نحطه قبل 3 بس كده. nice and easy. بس من غير ما توجع دماغك ولا تبص هنا ولا تبص هنا. that's so easy. اوكي خليك ذكي يعني. اوكي 25. اوكي اوكي طيب في 25 برضه نحاول نبص عليها vertically. ايه الفرق؟ اوكي A قال diagrams. اوكي وقال هنا show. اوكي في B diagram و show diagrams shows diagram وshow. ايه الموضوع؟ The diagrams given at figure 2 and 8 show. Okay, diagrams, this is subject verb agreement. Diagrams plural show plural verb. ماشي اوكي شغال. Okay, B. The diagram given at figure 2 and figure 3. طب ازاي diagram figure 2 and figure 3 مش one diagram, two diagrams. المفروض يقول diagrams. Okay, so it's not B. So the diagrams given shows. يعني that's a plural verb. We need a plural. That's a plural noun. Sorry, it needs a plural verb. ما ينفعش اقول diagrams shows. صح؟ Subject verb agreement سهلة دي. اوكي في دي نفس الموضوع. diagram واحد ده diagram لفيجر 2 فيجر 3. diagram احنا لازم يقول two diagrams. So هي طبعا it's A. So easy يعني. Okay. The next one. Okay. Which choice refer to the explanation provided in the sentence? Figure 2, 3, 4. أنا برضه هقول لكم أنا حلتها إزاي. Easy يعني easiest way. Okay. The simple. Okay. The simple mounting possible when the Anzani 10-cylinder radial fixed type engine is used at a given A. أنا بصيت على أنزاني دي. Okay. وسيمبلي قمت رايح على الباراجراف على الجراف اللي هو قال لي عليه. وبسرعة كده بصيت على أول واحد دورت على أنزاني ما لقيتش أنزاني. اوكي طبعا دي كل دي اشكال انجن حركات. اوكي شو هنا مفيش انزاني. فيجر 2. اوكي في 3 مفيش انزاني. في 4 لقيت انزاني. شكرا. يبقى this is figure 4 بس nice and easy وببساطة شديدة جدا من غير ما نعقد نفسينا. So 26 انزاني كان figure 4. شكرا. Okay, next. Number 27. The bolts that hold the two halves of the crankcase together project through the steel plate and hold the engine. Hold the engine ايه؟ loosely؟ يعني ايه loosely؟ يعني not rigid حاجة loosely like a loose belt كده. belt مش ماسك فيك كويس. طب هو بيقول لي hold في حاجة hold الانجن. رابط الانجن loosely عشان تقع ولا securely ولا haphazardly؟ you know haphazardly يعني without care. حاجة haphazardly يعني حاجة without care. ولا lightly يعني gently. I think we hold أو fix بنربط الحاجة إيه bound securely. Okay, that's vocabulary and that's so easy. Okay. The next one. Okay, بيقول إيه? There are a number of power plant derangement which give a positive indication. On the other hand, noisy operation. ولا because of their operation. يعني أنا عندي في الباور بلانت في derangement يعني like disturbance. الباور بلانت في disturbance. Because of بسبب إيه؟ النويزي اوبريشن. because of that a number اللي هو بيتكلم على a number of power plants مالها في عندهم مشاكل because of الايه النويزي اوبريشن. يعني that's definitely سهله قوي. 28. اوكي في 29 برضه انا هقول لكم كلام كتير قوي how انا حلتها ازاي. which of the following best adds on to the writer's list of cases and causes of noisy operation. فانا ببساطه هنا في 29 انا بصيت بيقول لك ايه any knocking and rattling sounds. انا لقيته بيتكلم على الساوندز. فمين في دول بيتكلم على الساوندز؟ بصيت كده بسرعه لقيت هنا بيقول لي squeaking sound. هنا بيتكلم على الرابر هوز. هنا بيتكلم على الجريس. لقيته هنا بيتكلم على الكولينج سيستم. فديفينتلي اتس ايه؟ انت عايز تتكلم على النويزي يبقى squeaking sound بس هي sounds. this is how I answered it يعني honestly يعني. طيب في 32 30 any knocking or rattling sounds are usually under the influence of where is connecting ولا produced by ولا changed because of ولا unrelated to. طبعا سهل قوي ان any knocking or rattling sounds are usually ايه produced by where in connecting. يعني where يعني خلاص ادمت طالما منها كتير فحصل لها where بهدلت باظت. so it's B. that's easy. طيب the next one 31. Okay. نكمل. so any knocking or rattling sound are usually produced by where in connecting rods or main bearing of the engines, though sometimes a sharp metallic knock which are. طب احنا اتفقنا which دايما بتmodify mean the word before it. Which replaces the word before it. Which are very much the same as that produced by a loose. هو بيتكلم عن knock which النوك تاخد R. That's subject verb agreement. أكيد R ده مع البلورال. عايز knocks. So it's not A. طيب knock تاخد have 31. لا. طيب أي has been يا is الاثنين singular. طب شوف التنس هنا فين؟ أنا هنا في present. it's all about the present. just look around بص حواليك كده تلاقي ان هي ايه it's in the present. any verb قال هنا are usually this is present بيحكي على حاجة في ال present حاجات كلها so definitely it's a is. okay 32. okay whistling or blowing sounds are produced by leaks whose are either in the engine. whose دي فاكرين كانت نستخدمها للpossession لازم وراها noun يعني whose لازم we must have a noun after it خلاص like his و her. okay the man whose name. طيب يبقى مفيش حاجة اسمها whose are صح كده sentence structure على طول. طب B the whistling or blowing sounds are produced يبقى whistling or blowing sounds على طول sounds هي subject are produced the verb by leaks which are leaks دي which are either in the engine or in the gas manifolds. okay ممكن. طيب whistling في C whistling or blowing sounds comma which are produced by leaks either in the engine. دي fragment يا ولاد sentence بيسميها fragment. فين السبجكت فين الفيرب بتاع sounds. هتقول لي يا مستر produced لا produced ده السبجكت بتاع which. انت حطيت كاما هنا كان المفروض تقوم حاطط كاما هنا تاني هتحط لي verb هنا لمين لساوندز. ما حصلش ده يبقى this is a fragment. اوكي في دي نفس الموضوع بس هو شايل الكاما. اوكي يبقى sentence structure. so the answer is B. طيب 33 بيقول هنا ايه so whistling or blowing sounds are produced by leaks which are either in the engine in the engine ايه بقى themselves ده plural الانجن واحده themselves ده محتاج plural it's no itself engine ممكن الانجن himself اكيد لا herself لا الانجن دي حاجه غير عاقل so definitely it's B سهله قوي دي. okay next. okay so English travelers on the Renaissance. okay among the many didactic books didactic like teaching كتب ممكن تتعلمك حاجه اسمها didactic. so among the many didactic books were certain essays which flooded England in the 16th and 17th century on travel. طب بص كده A B C D ايه الفرق بينهم؟ لاحظ كده. which flooded في B قال لك ايه among the many didactic books which flooded England هنا يعني ايه flooded غرقت England مين؟ البوكس. طب في ايه؟ which دايما حط ال which اوكي modify الكوريكت modifier يعني ايه؟ يعني في ايه انت بتقولي ال essays flooded England الاسي هي كانت مغرقه كانت كتير قوي في انجلند. طب في بي البوكس flooded انجلند بوكس هي الكتير. طب في سي in the 16th and 17th centuries certain essays that برضه هي يعني سي actually هي سي هي بي سوري سي هي A which flooded الاسي which flooded في سي انت قلت the essays that flooded طب ما ال which هي that. طب دي among the many didactic books were certain essay on travel that flooded نفس الموضوع الاساي يعني بص هتلاقي ان هنا A و D و C they are the same. مين اللي غرق انجلند الاسايز ولا البوك؟ اكيد البوكس بلس ان A C D actually they are almost the same. بس كده modifier placement شوف الويتش بتاعت مين شوف الذات بتاعت مين ركز في التريكس دي. okay and the next one in the collection of voyages and exploration so often fantasize stolen Gardner. طب يعني ايه emphasize يعني you emphasize something you highlight it. طيب fantasize يعني imagine stolen you know garner collect يجمع you garner things. طب هو بيقول هنا ايه in the collections of voyages and exploration كم على collection مجموعات من الكتب of voyages and exploration so often وده non essential الcollections دي بنتخيلها بنسرقها ولا we garner it we garner books right so garnered non essential. okay 36 okay 36 which choice best matches the quality the author mentions. يعني ايه يعني بص لو سمحت على التارجت ايه التارجت بتاعك شوف الكواليتيز اللي قال عليها so what are the qualities اللي اتقالت عليها نشوف كده بيقول ايه تاني نقرا السنتنس نقولها ونشيل non essential in the collections of voyages and exploration. اوكي شيل كل ده يبقى بيتكلم على البوكس اللي هي collections بتاعت الفويجز بتاع الرحلات والاكسبلوريشن they have found no place. حلو مش مهمه دي خالص most of them بس عشان اعرف مين them دي are very rare scarce consistent ولا common. طب فين الكواليتيز and اهي have never been reprinted. الكتب دي مش reprinted، الكتب دي قليلة جدا. طب نختار مين؟ أكيد مش consistent، أكيد مش common، صح؟ يبقى يا rare يا scarce. طب إيه الفرق ما بين rare و scarce؟ كتير بيسألوا السؤال ده. أوكي، rare like unique، حاجة unique. أوكي، حاجة precious. This is unique. Okay, يعني something is valuable, something that is very valuable. Okay, but not in a necessity. يعني. Okay, طيب. Scarce, something that is scarce يعني إيه؟ يعني حاجة short supply, not available. مش موجود منها كتير. طب هو مش قال إن هي not printed أو have never been reprinted؟ يبقى هي إيه؟ not available، هي مش موجودة. So it's scarce، مش rare. Okay, thank you. Okay, the next one 37 بيقول إيه بقى؟ Anthony A. Wood frequently explains how such an Axonian اللي هو بيعيش في أكسفورد traveled beyond seas and returned a complete person. complete كانت زمان كانت بتتكلم كده، دلوقتي بتتكلم complete يعني سافر ولف العالم ورجع شخص كامل اتعلم الدنيا بقى. But nowhere is this ideal or cosmopolitan education, okay, so explicitly set forth as it is in these essays. عايز اقول ان مفيش المكان ده. Nowhere is this ideal. هذا المكان الايديال is nowhere somewhere، مش موجود. okay، فيعني definitely هنا ايه nowhere بالمعنى. okay، the last one. okay، they are discussions of the benefits of travel, admonitions and warnings. Arrange it to put the traveler in the proper attitude of mind in his great task of self-development. Like، أول ما قال لي like يبقى ده comparison، بيعمل comparison غريب شوية هنا. هو بيقول لك إيه؟ أوكي، في discussions، there are discussions of the benefits of travel. حلو؟ Admonitions and warning. Arrange it to put the traveler to a proper attitude toward his great task of self-education. يبقى أنت في traveler بتديله discussions، بتديله advice، فبيبدأ يعلم نفسه، بيبدأ يديفلوب نفسه. أنا عايز حاجة شكل ده، حاجة like this. الترافلر اللي بيتgive him advice فهي developed himself. Just like إيه؟ Like a soldier losing a war، ملهاش علاقة. Like an apprentice monk، راهب taking his first step into a monastery. ممكن. ليه؟ المونك في اللحظة دي هو الترافلر اللي يسافر. طب instead إن هو he traveled واخد الادمونيشنز والورنينج he went to the monastery. المونستري هيديله الايه؟ هيديله الورنينجز والادمونيشن عشان يعمل ايه؟ عشان هو سيلف تيتش يعلم نفسه. So it's B. طب swan finding its mate, a wolf leaving the pack، ملهاش علاقه. So هي ايه؟ يبقى المونك هو الترافلر والمونستري في اللحظه دي هو الايه؟ المكان اللي انت رحته اتعلمت فيه. اوكي؟ لايك المونك اللي اتعلم في المونستري زي الترافلر اللي ترافلد واتعلم من الناس والادمونيشنز والورنينج والدسكشنز اراوند هيم. ذاتس ات. اوكي، فركز كده وحاول تتخيلها شويه في دماغك. not that difficult يعني. اوكي 39. Okay, in 39 okay, that is when the chairs of modern history and modern language were founded at the English universities, and when I think في هنا non-essential we can delete it, and when the court ceased to be the arbiters of men's fortunes, futures and educations. So this is a list. في A مفيش commas، احنا قلنا في الليست لازم نحط comma x comma y comma and z, so no commas. في B he only put a comma هنا كويسة, semicolon comma and no, semicolon and no. So in 39 it is B. That's the list. Okay. Okay, for question 40. Okay, بيقول لك which of the following best introduces the paragraph and transition to the next sentence. I have to transition to the next sentence, but actually in next sentence for 41 يعني هو ده sentence placement. Okay, فهتبقى tricky شوية وهيبقى الموضوع صعب شوية ان احنا عايز يحط sentence دي، فيعني ممكن تحط هنا ممكن تحط هنا، ف يعني it could be يعني ممكن نحلها بطريقة تانية. يعني ممكن يجي يعني الترانزيشن من الباراجراف اللي قبله. ده بيقول ايه؟ اخر حاجه قالها ايه؟ كان بيتكلم على الترافلنج، يعني احنا عملنا الترافلنج وفوائده والكلام ده كله. That these directions، فنقرا مثلا ايه؟ That these directions for travel were not isolated were not isolated oddities of literature, but were the expression of a widespread ideal of the English gentry. I have tried to show in the following study. في following study جايه موجوده هنا عندنا. اوكي first هو بيتكلم على الترافل. حلو قوي الكلام ده. ممكن نحط عليها question mark عشان اتاكد دلوقتي. في B it is open to doubt whether the number of truly pious would have ever filled so many ships. يعني ships ما جابش سيره ships بس هنتاكد برضو. اوكي in the same boat load ما كانش في boat اصلا في الباراجراف اللي قبله. اوكي وبعدين so many ships يعني ما فيش سيره ships اتكلم عليها قبل كده. طيب these discussions of the art of travel are relics of an age when Englishmen next to the Germans were known for being the greatest travelers among the nations. طيب برضو I don't think this is the answer. طب حلها ازاي؟ بص كده 41 يخلصنا من الموضوع ده كله. يقول لك ايه يعني ممكن نأجل 40 شويه. يقول لك ايه the writer would like to insert this sentence to provide the reason for including illustrations. Reason for including illustration. يقول لك ايه the essays okay can hardly be appreciated without support from biography and history, and for that reason I have introduced some concrete illustrations for the sort of traveler to whom the book were addressed. حلو جدا. انت عايز تحطها before one. ازاي؟ صح لان هنا هنتكلم على الستادي في 1. طب هنا انت قلت ايه بقى؟ ان انت انا I'm gonna give you some concrete illustrations اللي هي جزء من الستادي. طب بص السنتنس اللي وراه هنا if I have not always quoted the instructions fully طبعا هنا 42 it's because ولا it is ولا this ولا it's طبعا this is eliminated. this is مفيش حاجه اسمها this because مفيش حاجه اسمها this is because مفيش حاجه اسمها it's because عشان it's للpossession so it is because. بسرعه كده 42 because they are repeat one another so if I have not always quoted the instructions fully it is because they repeat one another on some points. يبقى بيelaborate من الستادي بتاعته اللي هو اتكلم عليها. اوكي يبقى I think ان 40 هي كده A مظبوطه. اوكي بدأ يتكلم في الستادي ف 41 اوكي هحطها after sentence 2 عشان احطها بعد الستادي. اوكي تبقى هي كده ماشيه صح. اوكي فحاول تحل كده في الامتحان. اوكي 43 اوكي my point comma has been to. طب معلش انت حاطط هنا semi colon nothing colon. طب فين السبجكت؟ بص كده على طول بص على السنتنس structure. فين السبجكت؟ plan. طب والverb has been. طب when you have a subject and when you have a verb please never put a comma. امال اعمل ايه؟ I can put 2 commas I can put 2 dashes عشان يبقى non-essential but 1 comma don't do it. my plan has been على طول no comma no colon no semicolon على طول C is the answer. okay the last one 44. طيب نفس الموضوع vertically punctuation حفظنا بقى my plan has been. اوكي خلاص بقى نكتبها my plan شيل الكوما دي على طول has been اللي هي من غير الكوماز دي كلها. اوكي هنا في C has been to comment on whatever in each book was new بعدين حاطط كوما or بعدين في كوما ثانيه. طيب ما كده احنا قلنا ايه non essential. فاكرين non essential we set off the non essential with two same punctuation mark. طب انت في B حاطط لي ايه؟ حاطط لي كوما داش سوري. في C حاطط سيمي كولن this is not a complete idea. في دي مش حاطط حاجه خالص. طب احنا محتاجين ايه؟ احنا محتاجين another comma لان في هنا كوما قبل الاور بيبدا non essential. يبقى انا اشيل كل ده كده يبقى my plan has been to comment on whatever in each book was new. كل ده بقى for studies sake. okay so the answer is A. thank you so much. يا رب تكونوا يعني it's beneficial this video يعني is beneficial for further explanation. لو في حاجة مش مفهومة عايزيني أشرح حاجة زيادة please leave a comment. ومش هفكركم يعني please يعني kindly يعني subscribe share ولو عجبك الفيديو أكيد like و turn on notification. thank you so much have a nice day. السلام عليكم.